different people. He's really a sweetheart, man.
I'd probably have to give this one like I feel like a solid 8.
Yeah,
I agree.
Pretty solid.
Yeah, 8 for me as well.
Yeah, I just think all around the whole cast worked. The story is real, so I mean you don't really have to change too much.
I guess they did actually. They embellished. From what I read, they embellished on a few minor things, like they never went to LA together, like in the way the movie shows.
Oh, they never like drove up to LA together.
I guess they didn't do. Yeah, he like offered him a place to stay, but it didn't go down the way that the movie tells it, which is interesting. But I mean, it makes sense. You know, you gotta create a narrative cinematically.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
So was he like a manager of the hotel? Because he like has all those keys.
Yeah, that's so weird, huh? Like his skeleton key ring, it's fucking.
Yeah, I was like, I'm thinking like that's probably why he has all that money, because he probably owns like a bunch of apartments.
So you don't say nothing about me.
You don't tell anybody.
From what I've heard and seen and read, I've heard that he comes from a British royalty family. Not British, but European.
Oh,
family.
okay, yeah, that would make sense.
The Eastern European.
Yeah, most likely. But it's crazy. I've heard of numerous things about that shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's just funny that to this day nobody knows. Nobody knows where he's from. How old is he? Like does nobody know like how to fucking look up a record or something?
That's true. I mean, unless he doesn't have like I don't know. I mean, I should still be able to pull up if like if he had all his credentials from like Eastern Europe.
Yeah.
You still have to have some type of like a visa or something.
Yeah.
He's probably just off the grid, dude. Like he doesn't have.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have the information readily available.
He's playing Roy from Rick and Morty.
I got a few Swann facts if you guys are interested.
Yeah, let's do it.
Swann facts.
All right, Swann facts. The film actually managed to make upwards of $30 million on a $10 million budget. The Seth Rogen's production company... What was that? Sorry.
I said, oh, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. Seth Rogen's production company, Point Grey Pictures, acquired the film rights to the Disaster Artist book back in 2014. The working title for the film was The Masterpiece for a while. Franco was quoted saying the film feels like a cross between The Master and Boogie Nights, which are both oddly Paul Thomas Anderson flicks. The film actually received a standing ovation during its premiere at South by Southwest Film Festival in 2017. The Disaster Artist was A24's first film to be shown on IMAX screens.
That's cool.
Sharon Stone was supposedly visited by the ghost of the character she portrays in the film. This happened the night before her filming actually went down, and she told, I believe it was Dave Franco about it. She plays his agent, right, in the film. Greg's agent.
That's right, yeah.
Greg's agent. It's really her part is really fast. You would blink, if you blink, you could miss it, or maybe just not recognize her. But yeah, she claims that that the ghost of that lady actually came and talked to her prior to her filming the scene. Pretty wild.
How crazy is that? for that small role. That's crazy.
Yeah. It's kind of odd for her to be lying about that. I kind of believe it, that it's because it's so weird,
Yeah. Yeah.
He interpreted it the right way.
And my final fact for the night, Tommy Wiseau actually said only 2 actors could ever portray him on the big screen, and it would either be Johnny Depp or James Franco.
Oh, wow. Did you imagine Johnny Depp in this?
I mean, he could have done it.
So weird. Oh, yeah, he could pull it off.
Oh, yeah. I could see that.
I totally feel like that's something he would probably get off on. He'd be like, fuck yeah, I want to do this. I'm surprised he didn't do it, to be honest. But James Franco does such a good job. I want to know, what I really want to know, and I haven't looked into it, but like, does he have makeup on? How did they do that, that kind of like lazy eye that he's got, But he looks strikingly similar to the real Tommy if you put them side by side. He did a really good job of just like even in the mannerisms and stuff, it was crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he must have I might spend time with him for
Studied
a while,
him,
or just constantly watched his movie over and over and over.
I was saying that Tommy Wiseau is a producer, right?
Yeah, I think he was hands-on on the film. I think they got his blessing for everything as well, which is cool. But I was saying, I want to say, was it Golden Globes? Did you guys watch? You could probably look it up, but I think I think James Franco wins for something. The film wins, and James brings up Tommy with him to accept the film. And at the end, when Tommy goes to say his piece, Franco quickly grabs him and walks off, like he shut him up, or whatever, which was crazy. But he stops him from talking.
Yeah, dude. I saw that. It was pretty fucking. I mean, because he even said it he's like, all I was gonna say is that we should love each other. We should care about each other. But I think James Franco has been with him a little bit longer than we have.
Yeah.
So we would have never understood what Tommy would have done.
He was trying to avoid confrontation or something,
Some controversy.
Let me stop the mic and James like, whoa.
What are you doing? Let's go. That's crazy. I'll have to look that up.
Man. He believed in himself, and now he's he is where he is right now, and that's the story. That's the what I got off for this movie. To believe in yourself and whatever you do, man. Yeah. Hey, you never know.
Yeah, it does a really good job of blending the drama and the comedy perfectly together, where you can still take it seriously if you're invested enough, of course. And it has an ultimately a pretty positive message, to not. It's like the classic underdog story, where he kind of, he fails massively in what he originally wanted, but then he kind of becomes like this unintentional martyr, of kind of falling into this accidental success, and becoming a star anyway. You know what I mean? Because what he wanted to do is be a movie star, and in his own unconventional way, he got his wish. So it's crazy.
But this thing, The Disaster Artist, it's fantastic. Well done, by the way.
Thank you.
And it's based on this movie, The Room. You guys ever see that movie? Good. Now,
Best worst movie ever made.
it's the best worst movie I've ever seen.
Citizen Kane, a bad movie.
Bad movies.
Well, because it's a particular thing. That's like a particular thing where, there's a lot of bad movies that you just don't watch. Like The Room is very watchable. Like, its badness is so bad. You just want to keep watching.
It's unbelievable. It's like watching a
but I think it's more
2-hour train wreck. It's like
it is, but with heart.
Yeah, there's something
you know what I mean?
I love that the guy cast himself as a Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah. Who I play in my movie.
You play, and you play, dude. You do his voice. You do perfectly, by the way.
Yeah, I like that.
But I love that he cast himself in his own movie.
He cast himself.
Dude, he's unbelievable.
He tried to play James Dean. He quote James Dean, "You're tearing me apart, Lisa."
It's unbelievable.
Like he's trying so hard. Oh yeah, throw a football. A great American game. Because he's all American guy.
He's all American. Oh, dude, it's unbelievable. I remember seeing that because somebody told me, said, "Dude, you got to see this." I think they were having like screenings. I think in L.A. Like it's a kind of cult.
It started in L.A. It's been going for 14 and a half years now. So like, that's a thing. Like. Look, I loved.
Did you see the movie?
I loved The Revenant, right? The Revenant's an amazing movie, but it's not. People don't go and watch it for
over
14 years.
Yeah, you don't watch it over and over again.
There's something about this bad movie that you just want to keep watching.
But you read a book about it first?
The book came out 4 years ago, and it was written by the other actor, Greg Sestero, who my brother plays in the movie, and then this great journalist, Tom Bissell. And it was incredible. Like, if the book didn't exist, I'd be like, okay, it's a crazy movie.
Is that right?
Like, the most we can do is a spoof.
Yeah.
But the book had so much heart, and in fact, I related to them. Like you, I mean, what's your story? Like, you wanted to be funny, and you did what?
Everything. I won a competition. I won America's Got Talent.
Like when you went to SNL and you had to do
everyone's got a story.
You struggled. I mean, I'm sure there were years before that, right, where you were struggling.
Yeah, we're all dreamers.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what this story is. They're dreamers. And
how did he raise all that money though? Didn't he spend $6 million?
We don't want to go there. I don't know.
Oh, really? I don't. Really? There's a lot of mysteries. Did you get to meet the guy?
There's three mysteries. The two that are easy. They're like such thin facades. He sound like this, you guess probably like Eastern Europe, but he's say from New Orleans. So you kind of just go with. You're like,
you're
okay,
joking.
yeah. Raging Cajun.
He's from.
No, that's what he says.
But where's he from? Is he from Sweden or something?
Like Eastern Europe.
Eastern Europe. Okay, yeah.
So,
but he says he's from
and
New Orleans. Okay, great.
How old he is? Yeah, he says is like. He said he was 20 when he made The Room. I think he was in his late 40s.
Yeah.
Now he's older. Yeah.
Now, is he happy or is he bummed out?
Super happy.
So super happy, right? Because now
his movie is like a success. Like that's one of the fascinating things about this whole story is. I've seen that movie more than any other movie that I've ever watched. You know what I mean? And after a while, you have to say there's something there that's working. It's kind of a success. And he has audiences all over the world. Like, he's huge in London. I just took my movie to London. They played at the Prince Charles there, and it's just rabid fans. And he'll go, and everywhere. I run into people that are like, yeah, The Room. I used to watch it in Chicago. Tommy would be there. Austin. Yep, Tommy used to show up when I was in college. And so, he just goes around. Touring. And people love him.
Yeah. Did he know that you were playing him?
I had to get his life rights. Okay, so here's that thing. We were sort of meant for each other.
Okay.
Because I read the book, and I approached him and Greg, and I was like, can I get your life rights? I want to do this story.
Yeah.
I got him on the phone. There wasn't a lot to talk about. After, like I said, look, I'm going to do you right. I'm going to tell this story well. I'm going to, I'll make you sympathetic, all that stuff. He didn't know I wanted to play him. He only knew I wanted to direct it.
Okay.
Because I didn't know what he was going to think, and I didn't have the contract. And so he goes, so who play me? And it's like, I don't know, Tommy, who do you want? He's like, how about Johnny Depp? And I'm like, what? I laughed. And he goes, I laughed. And look, I'm trying to win him over. I laughed. He's like, he goes, why are you laughing? I'm like, he's a big, he's the biggest movie star in the world. He's like, and I tried to change the subject.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, go back to before. I say Johnny Depp, you laughing. I'm like, dude.
Really?
I'm like, all right, dude.
Did you ever offer it to Johnny Depp?
No. Well, no.
He didn't even, he never got the phone call.
I told him I would, but then Greg jumped in because Greg knew that I was his second choice. I didn't know that. And Greg's like, how about you, James? And Tommy goes, yeah, James, I seen your stuff. You do some good things, you do some bad things.
What is this guy? Is unbelievable. I want to meet him. He's unbelievable.
I know. He's
Well,
crazy.
he's got to be proud, man, because you really did him a solid. You're fantastic in this movie. I want to show a clip. Here's James Franco in